down to business. Back and forth with the bullshit. I know I said it before, I don't mean it. It's been a while since I had your attention, so it might hurt to hit it. Dreams we had don't ever fall away. We can't leave them if we stay the same. And I can't do this for another day. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business.
All right, welcome to October 2023 Leadership Roundtable and BNI General Session. I am so excited for everything that we've got going on this year and all of the things that we're going to be added to. Now, I must say that we are going to make a couple of minor changes to our format today. Thank you so much to our chapter success coaches who submitted some recognition, but because we had some changes just this week and some new opportunities, I had to rewrite some things, and I've changed the way that we're going to do the recognition today. So I will be connecting with those people so that they can continue to recognize you in your chapter meetings this week. But like I said, going to be doing recognition just a little bit different today so that we can fit everything that we've got going on today into our 1 hour time allotment. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our agenda for today. We're going to talk about some welcome and introductions. Just in case you don't know me, I am Brandon Miller. If this is our first time connecting, I can't wait to meet you both virtually each month here on Leadership Roundtables and in person coming very, very soon. So stay tuned. We'll be getting into more of that as well. We're going to go through some State of the Region address. And then we're going to get into chapter success meetings. And this part didn't make it into the agenda. You're going to have to stay with me to the end for some of the most exciting and amazing opportunities that we've had since I've been in part of BNI, and maybe since you guys have too. So just tons and tons of amazing things that are happening right now. And I can't wait to share some all with you. With that being said, let's go ahead and introduce the amazing people that are already helping you win our chapter success coach team. In Myrtle Beach, we have an amazing crew of people from Ann McIntyre, Carter Robinson, Dana Wolf, Gino Holland, Leanne, Monica, Samantha, and Tony. If you're in the Myrtle Beach area, you guys have an amazing team that has already connected with you. If you're new to the team, new member, and haven't connected yet, these are the people that help you in your chapters each and every week and every month. In upstate South Carolina, we've got an equally amazing team. Anne, Antoinette, Bill, Brian, Craig, Hal, Keith, Rachel, Sabina, and Shannon are all fantastic resources and dedicated to helping you succeed as a member. But that doesn't mean that Georgia is left out with any less amazing, talented team. Amy, David, Pam, and Terry do an amazing job in the Georgia Augusta market, supporting the members and helping them win. You're going to see exactly how amazing all of these people do. But that also lends to the Savannah area team. They do an equally amazing job. Carmela, Dawn, Justin, Lucy, Melissa, and Teresa are all there for you again, helping you get the most out of every one of your memberships and make those connections, get that thank you for closed business. So why are we all here? What are we all doing? What is the mission of BNI? Hopefully this is not a strange statement to you when I put up the BNI mission. Our mission is to help members increase their business. Now, that may be all that you say in your weekly meetings are all that you're familiar with. But let me expand on the full mission statement. We help members increase their business through a positive, structured, and professional network referral marketing program. That is how we do that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about those things, but as Dr. Meisner likes to say, do 6 things 1,000 times, not 1,000 things 6 times. We're going to talk about the pure BNI system. And just like pure 24 karat gold is worth more than any other version of gold, a chapter operating with the pure BNI system is going to get amazing results. We're going to see examples of that as we move through the hour today. Where are we going? Well, our vision and mission across the Georgia and South Carolina region is to build thousands of strong businesses across the Southeast using that same proven system and those processes that every industry needs, and connect them to each other and beyond. When we build chapters to 30 members and beyond, every member's business will have a stream of referrals. It's going to insulate them from any economic uncertainty. It doesn't matter if you're watching the news right now. People are saying things may get better, may get worse. BNI is a system that is proven across all different opportunities, all different economic situations. So with that being said, we want to talk about how are we going to do that? How are we going to get there? But let's set the destination. Let's talk about where we're going. So let me ask you a question. How many of you have ever been in this situation? Nothing but brake lights for miles and miles. Mm-hmm. Complete and total gridlock. Throw in the chat. Has anyone ever been sitting in traffic like this? Yeah. Just yes or no. Oh, yeah, Anthony's been there. Who else has been sitting there? Just seeing miles of brake lights and nowhere to go. Absolutely. So this must have been taken on I-95 because it seems like every time I hit that interstate, that's what my view looks like at least one point in time. So let me ask you another question. Go ahead and drop your answers in the chat. What can you do? What can you do while you're sitting there? If this is your view, how do you change what's going on? Seems like that same spot. Yeah, Atlanta. Oh, okay. So Amy says there's not much. Oh, podcasts. Can look for an alternate route, maybe listen to a podcast. Oh, callback. So you're actually making some production. Is there anything that you can do to change your situation? Make calls, audiobooks. I love all this because you guys are looking to make productivity. What happens if you try and merge to the left? Somebody tell me, what's that driver next to you generally do? Go ahead and put that in the chat as well. Do they get those bumpers really, really close? And then what happens if you try and merge to the right? Do they block you in? Absolutely. So what happens if we tell people what we're going and why? Do you think that makes a difference? Well, let me tell you, this is the exact situation that a friend of mine, Jeremy, was in. He was sitting in the back seat of an F-150 pickup truck with 3 of his best friends. And this was his view. 6 lanes of clogged traffic, bumper to bumper. Nobody would even let him move one way or the other. What about trying to move over to that shoulder? Who's seen that trick before? But the 18-wheelers will move over and can't, won't let you get by. Well, Jeremy's sitting in the back of this truck and he looks around himself and he's distraught. And then he recognizes a couple of things and he says, you know, I think I have everything I need to change my situation. So he and his 3 best friends, they had pizza the night before and there was a pizza box laying on the floor. He scrounged around in the glove box and found a Sharpie and he wrote 4 words on that pizza box. Then he looked around and he realized he had something else that might help his cause. So he took that other item and he put it on. Then he and his best friend got out of the back seat of the truck and stood in the back of that pickup and held the pizza box over his head. Suddenly, because he shared 4 words, people who just moments ago were squeezing those bumpers together, not letting him in, thinking all kinds of creative thoughts that I can't repeat here, and probably using some of those creative hand gestures, suddenly changed their attitude. They weren't competing against him. There were no longer obstacles. That's right, Mary Beth. They were cheering for him. Why? Because he had written 4 very important words, and he'd given them a visual cue about the mission that he was on. He knew what was so important, and then he started to share with people around him. And suddenly they got behind his cause. And those taillights, those people that just moments ago wouldn't let him in, they started to separate. They started to cheer him on. They flashed their headlights. They cheered their fists. Now, it wasn't "you're close, Robin." He wrote 4 words. He said, "Late for my wedding." And that item that was in the back seat of the truck with him was his tuxedo. That was the 4 words and the visual cue that everyone around him suddenly stopped being the opposition, stopped being the obstacle, and started being his support team, and started being his cheerleaders, and opened up a path. That's how critical and how important sharing where we're going and what we're doing and the why behind it can be. It can literally change your surroundings. So where are we going? Georgia and South Carolina. Right now, in the past 12 months, we've invited 2,122 visitors into our chapters. We've got an amazing $51 million in thank you for closed business. If you were on this call this time last year, that's up from just shy of $49 million. So an increase of over $2.3 million. And we did that with only 37 new members. Ability to execute on the power of one. And we still have lots of opportunity, but how much did we increase? Just a little bit. That small fraction. Our average power of one scores went from about 49 to about 52. So 2 to 3% increase in our power of one. But just executing that little bit of the system made that much difference. So where do we want to go? Those numbers translate. That 2122 of total visitors is just over 2 visitors per person in our chapters, or per member in our chapter. That thank you for closed business, that average seat value is probably another way that you've heard this said, over $57,000 per member. And the most growth that we've had in any one chapter, that was Monica Bailey's and Samantha Bard's, their efforts in Business in Common in Conway, South Carolina. They grew 22 members. And you can see that chart that I just showed. We still have so much room for opportunity. Where can we go when we share how important and how amazing and how much potential there is for those new members to come in and get those results? Well, where do we want to go? And how are we going to get there? Well, our goal for this year is to actually get the power of one. If we reach the power of one just with the number of visitors or members that we currently have, that's over 12,000 visitors that we would have invited into our chapters. What does that mean for you as a member? Every one of those visitors represents between $1,200 and $1,500. That would mean an additional $10 million in added revenue just from visitors if we didn't add any new members. But our goal, we know, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this later, is to increase the average member chapter to a membership of 30 members or more. And why does that make a difference? We'll talk more about that in a little while. You'll see some amazing numbers. But if we do that, we know that we can reach 1,300 members across the region. That's going to add over 500 referral partners to you and your business. Again, just executing the existing system. Right now, our traffic light score from chapters averages just over 40%. If we increase that to an average of 70 on the chapter traffic light score, what would happen? What could we do? We already saw that $2.3 million increase. That was on the power of one score. Currently, our average across the region is 50.62. If we start utilizing the power of one as the greatness tracker that it is, what could happen then? How much more, how much exponentially can we get? So Chris Scully just made an amazing discovery there, a 1.7% conversion rate. If you're in sales, you know that's not great. So we can absolutely do better. But if we just do those two things, if we increase our chapter traffic light and our power of one, do you think our thank you for closed business could be well over $75 million or more? I think not only is it possible, that would be on the low end of what's possible. But we're going to do recognition a little bit different this year, or this time. So I want to start with some thank you for closed business for an entire chapter. We're going to go by region. So in Georgia, our Augusta region, our Best Business Builder chapter had over $1.7 million. An amazing result. So those of you guys who are in BBB, give yourselves a hand. Big shout out. Myrtle Beach came in second place. BNI Myrtle Beach, the Myrtle Beach chapter in the Myrtle Beach region, with $3.5 million. Again, great job for those of you. If you're in either of those chapters, give yourself some love in the chat. Keep it up. Savannah. Anyone here from Downtown Professionals? They did $4.1 million. An amazing job. And this next chapter, you're probably going to see more than once. And then maybe we'll see if somebody from this chapter is on and can share one of their secrets. But in the South Carolina upstate, with over $7.1 million, Masters of Success. Amazing job. So if you guys are members of those, put yourself in here in the chat. Give yourselves a round of applause. Amazing job. But thank you for closed business per member. What does that look like? Well, in that Myrtle Beach chapter, that's over $73,000 per member. In Augusta, we've got a new top dog. Growth by referrals has an average seat value of over $80,000. You don't have to be the biggest when you know how to pass those referrals and get those massive seat value return. But that's just second place. Who's on from Richmond Hill Profit Partners? Give yourself some shout out for over $150,000 average seat value. And again, I told you we're probably going to hear this name again. In the South Carolina upstate, Masters of Success, that $7.1 million translates to over $180,000 per member. Now, next is the opportunity that we have. We're going to talk about visitors per chapter. Murrells Inlet Coastline chapter currently is the fastest growing chapter anywhere in the country. They've added 12 new members since the end of July. They've had 91 visitors in the room, most of which have been in the past 8 to 10 weeks. Next, again, it's a name we've seen before. Masters of Success, over 100 people in their room. Again, contributing to that big thank you for closed business number. In Savannah, Georgia market, Downtown Professionals have invited 105 new visitors and new sets of eyes to their businesses. Okay. And lastly, Augusta. Again, you don't have to be the biggest chapter to see amazing results. Growth by Referrals has hosted over 107 visitors into their room. Now, let me tell you something about each one of these chapters. And the next stat too. Murrells Inlet Coastline, Downtown Professionals, and Growth by Referrals are all actively trying to grow their numbers. Masters of Success has a little bit different focus. While they're still focused on making sure that their chapter is growing and healthy, they want to focus on the right members. But when we look at visitors per member, again, we're going to see some new names of chapters here. BBR in Augusta, Business, Breakfast, and Referrals, averages 3.5 visitors per member. North Strand Connections, another one of those chapters that is focused on growing their referral partners, getting the right people in the room. They have over 5.6. This other chapter is another one that's growing and focused on growth. And they've got 5.88 visitors per member in Savannah Business Connections. And again, another dedicated chapter focused on growing and has a fireball at the helm. Swamp Rabbit in South Carolina upstate has almost 10 visitors per member. An amazing job. So that is how we're going to get to the next level. That is how we're going to reach those massive returns and continue to give every member even better return on their investment. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am to set the goal, to use the system, coach new members, inspire and educate our existing members, and achieve amazing results. Because when you run your chapter like a well-run business, your results will magnify intensely. With that, it is time for a little poll. I want to ask a couple of questions, and let's see if I can get this thing launched here. So there we go. Does your chapter have a goal? Have you set your destination for your chapter? If not, it's okay. There's still time. But what is your focus? If you've set that goal, what are you going to be focused on? And then lastly, are you conducting your chapter success meeting every month like clockwork? So 3 simple questions. Go ahead. Got some people that are already logging in here. So have you set your big goal for your chapter? Do you know what you're focused on? And is your chapter success meeting happening like clockwork, or are you still working on hammering out the details? All right, still got some responses coming in. We're just over halfway. You guys haven't weighed in yet. We'll give you guys 20, 30 more seconds before we share those results. Always fun to see. All right. Excellent job. There we go. So we see that not only do most of us have a plan, but we've also got a plan to get there. We've got a big goal and we know what we're going to do to make it. What's our chapter focused on? Got some varying results here. So inviting more visitors, great focal point. Increasing your thank you for closed business. Adding new referral partners and growing the chapter. A couple of them are the semantics pieces, the increasing the chapter traffic light score or the power of one score, and then some others. Would love to hear what some of those others are, if you've got something other than those. And then lastly, an amazing response. 91% of the respondents said, we are using our chapter success meeting, we have them scheduled, and we are ready to rock and roll. So great, great job. Excited to see. Now, why do we talk about chapter success meetings? What is the, okay. So throw in the chat, trying to get healthy, so we're ready to grow. Excellent job. What else is good about chapter success meetings? What does it give us the opportunity to do? Go ahead and throw those answers in the chat. Nobody knows. It's just somebody said we have to do it, so we did. Communicate. Holds us accountable. Oh, Terry, get ahead of those potential problems. Follow up on goals and metrics. Love that.
Hey, stop. That would be whichever one of that called the.
There we go. Keep us on track. Love that. Connecting throughout the chapter. Excellent job. Now, just like in our business, Somebody said communicate. That one word means so much, but every part of the process, we want to make sure that we connect with the why we're using these chapter success meetings and what it does for our results. So you guys all had amazing insights there, but where do we want to actually be when we've set that destination, when we set that North Star? We know all rowing in the same direction. Love that, Anne. So, but what is the chapter success meeting? Well, first of all, it's a combination for members who have been around for a long time, and this is before my time, but there used to be two different meetings that were set up, but they have been combined, and used to be a business meeting and a membership meeting. Well, now those are combined into a single meeting. It's held outside of the regular chapter meeting. Most chapters hold it either right before a regularly scheduled meeting or right after. Again, we don't dictate when that has to happen, but it should be scheduled. And again, scheduled regularly to get the best out of it. It starts with the president leading and ends with just the vice president and membership. So knowing which part of the meeting that you are involved in and what you're responsible for is the very first part. Now, just real quick, yes or no question inside the chat here. Does anyone know, is there a agenda for this meeting, or is it just something that we get together and talk about? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Yes, there is an agenda. Bonus points. Who knows the easiest and most accessible place to find the agenda? I stumped somebody. Business Builder is in there. Google it. Actually, we make it really easy to find. It is in Business Builder, but if you go to bnisoutheast.com, the same place that many vice presidents visit every week, it is in the member and LT resources page of the regional website, and you'll see it highlighted right there. Let's see. Why can't I? Did everyone else's screen go goofy? Mine just went goofy. Can everyone see chapter success meeting resources? Okay. I don't know what happened to my screen, but it is not showing what I'm trying to access here. So, but again, meeting and leadership team resources page right there. You can click on that. It's actually going to open the Business Builder page, but it keeps you from having to search where that is. Next, what else are you going to want for those effective, well-run chapter success meetings? Well, you're going to want some reports. In BNI Connect, you're going to want your chapter visit report. You're going to want your roster report, the chapter traffic light, and the member dues report. Why are those important? Ooh, the instruction. Yeah, good point, Robin. There is actually the detail piece about how this meeting is run. Where do you find that? It's actually in a couple places. It is inside a Business Builder. Everyone by this point should have signed their leadership team agreement. And what did you get in the email once you signed that? That was your, it's now called Chapter Operations Manual, formerly known as Leadership Team Manual. But yes, that's going to tell you exactly what. Keeping everyone on track. And it's actually going to keep you on target to your goals, as well as your timeline. And that's one thing that we will focus more on all year long, is increasing the efficiency of your timeline, because you'll hear it a lot. Time kills deals. But other reports, again, all four of those are available inside of BNI Connect. But you're going to want last month's review report so that you can review it and check off any action items. The Power of One, and your 7-month check-in reviews. Again, where are you going to find out who needs those 7-month check-ins? That's going to be a follow-up from the membership dues report. So who attends these meetings and for how long? Well, again, we said it's going to start with the president running the meeting. But when does the president, secretary, treasurer, and visitor host team depart the meeting? Halfway through, right? So at that halfway point before the discussion of the passport, everyone except for the membership vice president and the mentor coordinator is done with their parts. Then the mentor coordinator stays through the power of one discussion. And finally, anything that's left is just the membership committee and vice president. Who can tell me why that is? Just throw simple reasons into the chat. Why is it that everyone else leaves except for membership and vice president? Okay, so VP is over the MC. They supersede or oversee that. Yep. There you go. That's the word, the confidentiality. Thank you, Michelle. Who is our membership committee? They are behind the scenes leaders. They are the HR department, but they're also something else. They are the performance management department, just like in your business. You're not going to want to walk down the halls talking about everyone's private business, and you wouldn't want your private business being talked about in the open as well. Well, that's the HR part of it. The other part of the membership committee is the quality assurance and the member engagement. That's the coaching opportunity. That's making sure that they're getting the benefits out of it. So that's the second half of the meeting. So here's the question. Who's in the meeting for the Power of One report? Everyone, there you go. And then who is in for 7-month check-ins and any written complaints or other issues? There you go. It's just membership and VP. There you go. All right. Let's see what size crew we have, and I'll get some breakout rooms set up so that we can go in and we want to talk about a few things. So first of all, if you're already doing this, congratulations. You're starting to run your chapter like a business. And the better you run your chapter, the more closely it resembles a well-run business, the better results that you're going to have. If you haven't yet, that's okay. We are all here to learn. So get some breakout rooms set up here, and we're going to go ahead and get people automatically in there. And I will do my best to get this shared to the inside screen of your breakout rooms. Should be anywhere from 2 to 4 in most of those rooms. So we will give you just a few minutes and see you guys back here in about 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. See you soon. Nope, I thought that was going to send everybody out automatically. There we go. All right, we got everybody starting to flood back. All right, I think everybody is back now. So, seeing that we've got some good comments, I'm going to let Megan. She had a great comment, thought some added value. So, Megan, was there something that Hall, in case we have more than one Megan on, was there something that you wanted to share about the conversation that you guys had?
Okay, was not expected to be called on, but that was to be expected because I made a comment, so that's okay. But our room was really good. We talked about what our chapters can personally work on and how to um just delegate more things and work together to work on things, whether no matter like what position you're in. It's easy to get overwhelmed or stressed out for a little bit, so to help delegate things and make sure that you're really enforcing the things that BNI has set up for you.
Absolutely brilliant observation. Again, so go ahead and raise your virtual hands for those who want to make a comment, or I'll pick some more people out. But delegate. There are 10 trained positions, and sometimes as many as 13 or 14 membership or leadership members. Nobody should be trying to do everything themselves. So make sure that everyone is doing, again, everything that their job entails. That's the way to make sure that nobody gets burned out. Great observation. Who else has got something they want to share? Come on, I saw microphones bouncing up and down. I know you guys had good conversations. Go ahead, Mary Beth.
Yeah, I'll share something. It was interesting. We had a great room too, and we were talking about. I was asked the question, "Do we follow this process right here?" And I said, "You know what? Yeah, we do. We follow." I joined this Clemson Unlimited Potential Clemson chapter in March of 2020, right as COVID started, and from the very beginning, this chapter the leadership has followed the BNI process. And you know, we just do it like Dr. Meisner has taught us to do. And I respect him. He and John Maxwell, who is my friend and mentor, are very good friends. And so, you know, it's just a process. And I think sometimes that we can lose sight and complicate things by just not following the process. And we talked about that just a moment, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, BNI is so much more than just networking or
Yes.
network referral marketing. It is a business building system. So I love that.
Yes.
Great observation. Who else has got something that they want to share before we move on? I'm going to practice my patience. All right. So again, I saw lots of conversations happening, but I guess you want to keep those confidential to us. So what next? As we move on, what is our responsibility? Which is my part? So does everyone know where to find the reports that you're responsible for? Go ahead and type in the chat if you need help finding something, or if you are set and know where everything it is that you've got. Are you good with those things, or do you need help? Now, check with other leadership team members and get meetings on the calendar. So everyone knows where they are. Good job, all good. So not only your chapter meetings, but what other meetings are important? Those opportunities. If you want to network regionally, if you want to network nationally, where can you go for all of those? Carl, great call. The chapter traffic light reports is available in regions. It's one of those reports, one of the very few reports that chapters have access to. But if you need help I'll connect with you locating that. But yeah, so the chapter traffic light is in a different spot than the Power of One report. Speed networking. Robin, those are available on bnisoutheast.com, the events calendar. So that is another great resource to be connected to people beyond just your room. So, all right. Great job. Now, this is why I had to rewrite the agenda today and why we shifted some things around, because what I'm about to share with you is probably the most exciting thing that I know I've seen in my time in BNI. And I hope that every one of you is ready to take full advantage of the amazing opportunity that we have for Q4 from now until the end of the year. And what is that? It is time to level up. Who wants more referrals? How many of your members would like more referrals? How many would like additional thank you for closed business? Well, that is what the Level Up campaign is all about. So starting day before yesterday, actually started this last week, October 1st, our Level Up Quest for Success. Today is the first day that we are really launching it for everyone. But what is this exactly? Well, if we increase our chapter size, just 5 members, if you're in a chapter of 25 and you go to 30 members, you're going to increase the revenue generated for the chapter by 1/3. If you double that same chapter from 25 to 50, you would actually triple the amount of referrals, amount of generated revenue for that chapter. And increasing, again, just going to 30. That's what our target was when we set that destination in the beginning. If we increase the number of chapters to 30, well, every single member of that chapter is going to increase their referrals by 19%. You guys just said every one of you and every one of your members wanted more referrals. Well, that same thing, adding 5 members to a chapter of 25 members leads to an additional, on average, 24 additional connections each year. And what does that translate to into referrals? Well, that's an additional 40% of referrals. And that's 13% additional revenue for each member of the chapter. Sounds like a pretty good plan all the way around to me. So how are we going to get there? Well, what we're doing with the Level Up Quest for Success is building larger chapters. Imagine what would it be like if every single week, every single one of your members showed up with their weekly presentation and they got the referral they were looking for. Anyone be excited about that? What would happen if every single week, every single one of our members got that referral that they asked for in their weekly presentation, and it was your leadership team that made it happen? How much would you go down in the record books? How much additional appreciation would every single member have for you and the opportunity that you helped them create? Well, we're going to do that, again, using 2 of the 4 things in our 3+1 formula, because we're going to focus on retaining our members. Where does that process start? When new members come into the chapter, mentoring them for success, making sure they know where all the tools are, making sure that we are providing that 7-month check-in after they're up and running and on board, and then that 7-month check-in for every single one of the members too. Remember, that's what our membership dues report is for, to remind us all when people are have their anniversaries. Completing the passport to success. And then filling our chapters. If we're in a chapter of 25, adding just those 5 members makes a massive difference. If we're in a chapter that's smaller than that, it's going to make an even larger impact. Imagine going from 17 or 18 members to 31 members and having that chapter over 30. Now you are a powerhouse. Now you are truly changing the way the world does business. So how are we going to do that? Well, we've got so many more tools than I've ever seen assembled before, and really just some amazing energy building things, and we can start right now. Again, we've all been going through it on my level, and the chapter success coaches who just learned about this late last week have already started some planning phases. We're getting ready for some additional training. We're going to be passing that training on to you. And part of that, who here would love to have some more in-person events? I've heard it probably my entire time. Those of you who have been around for many years may remember old in-person trainings, other events that are happening. Well, guess what? I'm going to be in market starting a week after next. Savannah, I'm going to be coming to you first after doing some rounds here in Myrtle Beach, getting ready for it. But the week of October 23rd through the 27th, I will be in Savannah, Georgia. So check your calendars. And I may be reaching out to you individually to find out some good venues and locations where we can meet. But through this entire process, there's going to be opportunities for key skills workshops, how to have better one-to-ones, how to generate those referrals, not just receive them, but actually create those referral opportunities, how to make great weekly presentations that connect and generate more referrals. So all of those are opportunities. Then we're going to have forums for each individual position. Presidents are going to be meeting each other and together. Vice presidents and membership committees, visitor hosts, those huge opportunities for sales training. And then follow up and recognition. We're going to make this a ton of fun. But here are the most exciting parts. There are going to be opportunities for every single level of visitor and member. It doesn't matter if you've never heard of BNI before or if you've been a long-time member, you have the opportunity to benefit from these amazing resources. First, we've done this before in the past, and we are happy to do this again, but our military, our U.S. veterans and families are going to be getting 3 months free membership. We've done that before. Again, happy to do that again. What about those alumni? What about those members that, for whatever reason in the past, used to be a member of our chapter, they changed jobs, their schedule changed, they got busy, or they weren't getting results? Well, they can come back to BNI with as little as a 1 month credit and save the $299 new member fee. So any credit, and we've extended the 2-year expiration. Now, any credit from any amount of time in the past is able to waive that new $299 new member fee. So that's a way to get our alumni back. So those previous referral partners. Next, new members. One of the scariest things to do as a business owner is walk into a risk. We are so risk averse as business owners. Oftentimes we will avoid risk far more often than we will seek opportunity. Well, we've just eliminated that risk for those new members. Double your investment or receive a full refund. Now, we've did that first half of the year to great success. We're doing it again now. So veterans, 3 months free. Returning members, save the $299 fee. New members who never heard of us. Yes, you can absolutely get a copy of today's slides, and there's actually going to be a separate deck that just has these so that you can add those into your weekly presentations. So we've removed the risk for new members. Well, guess what? What about our existing members? Well, we have the opportunity for you to earn unlimited free membership. When you sponsor 3 members, you'll get 3 members free or 3 months free for each 3 members. Now, here is the part that I'm super excited about, because when you help each one of those categories as a member of the executive leadership team, we've never done this before in this fashion. You, because of your opportunity and your servant leadership, you now have the opportunity to earn an additional free year of membership. The executive leadership team, when you help add 10 members to your chapter, you can get 12 months free added to your membership. That is helping 3 members earn that master connector status. That's 9 members, just 1 more person through the door. And that's that 10 members. And every single member of the executive leadership team can get an additional 12-month added to their membership. How amazing is it going to be for your results that are just going to go through the roof? That alone would be great, but we're rewarding every single level of membership. So here's the opportunity that I've never seen before. And I hope that everyone is starting right now. Who are you thinking about that you can start inviting tomorrow or this week for your meeting? Who can you help achieve that master connector status? Who can you help build their business with the referral partners that are going to make an impact, not just on their business, but every member that's already in your chapter and your business as well. So cannot wait to see what you guys do. Again, start formulating that plan. Your chapter success coaches, they're going through additional training. They're going through additional idea generation, but you don't have to wait. Start this week. Get those visitors in the room. Let them know how much of an impact it's made for you and how much of an impact it can make for their business. Anyone excited about that? Give me a yes or no in the chat. Anyone think that that's an amazing opportunity? I absolutely think so. So with that, we're getting ready to wrap up. Just a couple more things as we're on our way out, some announcements and some resources. Again, happy to say that in-person trainings are going to be coming back, and we're going to start with key skills workshops. Again, as early as week after next. The hosting one-to-ones workshop will start. They're going to happen here in Myrtle Beach first. Keep an eye on your calendars. I will be sending out emails, and your chapter success coaches will be connecting with you individually as the chapter about when those are scheduled. First in Myrtle Beach, second round is going to be through Savannah, and then we're going to hit Augusta and upstate South Carolina on the second round. So those in-person visits, again, are going to happen every month. As you get new members, as you share the excitement and the opportunity of BNI, it's important to get them onboarded and up to speed so that they know all of the amazing resources. Those happen on the first year member success or first year member essentials webinars. They happen twice a month at second Tuesday and the fourth Wednesday. Those are on the regional calendars. While we're talking about calendars, save the date. Go ahead and put it on your calendar right now. The next Leadership Roundtable is going to be Monday, November 13th. Again, same bat channel, same bat time. And that is going to be the first day of the second round of in-person visits in market. So keep your eyes out for the calendar there. That'll be the second round. Who's excited? Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any comments, concerns, anything that we've got 4 minutes left. So you know, raise your virtual hand or type a question into the chat real quick. Thank you, Amy, so much for providing us with our files and links through the chat. I appreciate your help. All right. So here we are. Give yourself one CEU. You have done great work today. Is Master Connector stackable? Great question. It is either or. So again, if you encourage and help your members achieve Master Connector, you will get the dual benefit, but it's either or. So you can either get the master, if you're inviting those for yourself, you will get the Master Connector status or the year member, whichever is most beneficial to you. So awesome job. And as we go forth into our week, Zig Ziglar said it great. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to achieve greatness. Thank you guys so much. I'm so